Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading. My name is Randy. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin popping, Ethereum getting to 10 billion transactions faster than basically anything in history. We're going to talk about Tron and it's trying to get up as its account numbers increase, and Thorchain as it has a really nice cup and handle, and I have no idea what else it's doing, but it's a good chart. All right, let's get to those charts. BTC popping on the overnight session here, past our 26,446 with some good volume. This is good action. It needs more good action, though. Bitcoin's actually just getting off of the floor. You know, it took an 8 count for a boxing reference, and it's standing up right now. So the question is, will it stay on its feet or roll back over? The way the chart's looking right now, we're not going to be very healthy until we get across this declining trend line. Once we get above this trend line, we will finally be able to have a little bit of momentum, or at least a reprieve from going lower, for crying out loud. This thing's been stuck going lower all the way since, I think it's June 12th. Yeah, June 13th. So been stuck in a downtrend since then. We have this large orange range that Bitcoin's been putting in. Even if we cross the trend line, we could get up towards the top of that range, and if and when we get up to there, we'll see how it handles that. But right now we're getting off of the floor, and it's making a few good altcoin trades. I'm not sure we have an amazing trade in Bitcoin, but if you want to jump on this train, and you're going to see this theme a lot today, we're going to put stop losses underneath where the volume stepped in. That's an interesting little trick, because when you're thinking about trading and thinking about stop losses, you're thinking about where should support be, and I don't want to be in something if it's under support, right? Support should hold you like a little baby bird, and if there's no support, baby bird's dead. So, what better place to put a stop loss than underneath high volume and where the rally begins? So the rally began right there, 26,222. So even though up here we're a little bit, extended for what's happened at about 2%, if you do decide to get into a Bitcoin trade with or without my recommendation, that could be a stop loss because support came in there. So why wouldn't it remain? Now, if we go down here and you get stopped out, like, oh, Randy, you suck. You said I could get in. That was a safe stop. Well, a stop loss is supposed to get you out. So if it hits your stop, it worked. I've had that argument before. People don't fully understand. The purpose of a stop loss is to get you out of the trade because we never know what's going to happen. All right, so BTC putting in a good beginning to what could be something. Ethereum has been working on an inverted head and shoulders pattern. And yeah, congratulations to Ethereum for crossing $10 billion in transactions faster than pretty much any company in history. Inverted head and shoulders. This is a reversal pattern for those of you unaware of what it is. It is a more traditional chart pattern. Your more traditional chart patterns usually aren't shapes. They're usually, I guess every chart pattern is a shape, but they're not like squares, rectangles. Those aren't traditional patterns. An inverted head and shoulders is a traditional pattern, and it's preceded with a downtrend, which, we have a larger downtrend here, undercutting lows, and then you move up to an interim high, roll over to a lower low, and then interim high is your first point for your neckline, okay? And then after you have your head, you bounce back up to another interim high, you make a right shoulder, which is above the midpoint, and then you have a move up, and the trend line between those two interim highs, that's your breakout point at the 1626. At least that's what it is in this case. So here's your neckline, and then you have a breakout. And the breakout point is actually a measured move, and it goes from the bottom of the head to the trend line. You just take that, you move it over to the breakout point. Okay, and that's how an inverted head and shoulders works. And this works because it basically means reversal to the upside. One more important thing is an inverted head and shoulders must have a declining volume pattern. Very important. This has all of the elements. Now, its neckline is a little bit aggressive to the downside, but it's still working. So the trade here is 1626. All right, our stop is underneath where I just mentioned to you a short time ago with that volume stepping in. So that's where our stop is. For a risk reward of 3.95, entrance would be once it does cross the trend line. Stop loss is 1588 and a potential profit target of 1817 with a 11% gain. So not too bad of a trade. It's not the best trade in the world. And it's not supposed to be. It's not going to be. This market still kind of sucks. And so we don't want to be swinging for the fences. You can't expect for this to take this and rally all the way up to 3,000. While it could happen, probably not likely to. So we'll see what happens as things go on. If we get up towards this and things look really good and we want to hold on to it, that's an option we have. But right now, the goal is to take the profit. All right, next up is Tron. And I was reading an article recently. I do believe that Tron's move is in relation to its user base increasing. I'm not 100% certain. I'm more of a chart guy, but I do think that's what's happening because Tron has been extraordinarily bullish as of late. All right, got a few things for you here on Tron. As you can see, I've drawn a Fibonacci scale. I took my Fibonacci tool, went from this interim low from mid-August up to my breakout level of the 0855. And that gives us a couple of targets on the way up. Now, our stop loss is still based on same strategy. Hold on a second here. I got to move this over. There we go. Okay, so my stop loss is based on that same strategy of volume stepping in because there really isn't anything amazingly good with a relatively tight stop loss. So our stop is here, and then I'm going to move to the daily. I just wanted to show you that. So 6.7 risk-reward ratio here, 1.47% stop loss, 9.84% gain. All right, I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you. Here's some more. On the right side of the chart, you will see the actual stop loss numbers and target numbers. 08599 where we're at currently. So if you entered right now, because we are above that large breakout point of the 0855, so this is where you want to enter, right, moving out of the breakout point. So your stop is down there at the 847 and your target's at the 944 for Tron. Okay, so let's see what this does. Volume is okay today. With 10.5 hours left, I would think we should be able to nearly double that, which would be pretty good for a breakout. I'd like a little bit more volume. We'll see what we end up with on Tron here. And then next up is Rune. So we've talked about Rune a couple of times here. Rune has actually already moved up since I kind of set this up. This is coming out of a declining handle pattern. So Rune has a cup and handle. You're kind of seeing three of the more major chart patterns today now that I'm thinking about it. Inverted head and shoulders, cup and handle, and kind of a horizontal wedge breakout here. Interesting. But yeah, Rune with a cup and handle. Cup and handle requires an uptrend. So here's your uptrend and a cup-shaped thing and then a handle-shaped thing. So there's your cup and handle, and Rune kind of follows that trajectory. And we're on the way up now. So what we're hoping for now is that we can blow through this 1981. Now, if you're entering lower down here, your stop loss, again, goes underneath of the action that came in today. If it gets negated, we don't get hurt too bad. But if it gets respected, we're in a very good place. So just to go to the resistance, to the 198, which is our real breakout point, by the way, for a cup and handle. In a cup and handle, your breakout point is at the top of the right side of the cup. All right, and that's 198. But notice our breakout, we're potentially buying down here with a 3.38% stop loss. And let me move this so I can see stuff. So, geez, I can't do that. It's too big. There we go. All right, so if you enter right about now, you have a 1775, stop loss of 3.38% at 1.71, and a very early target, just getting to resistance of 1.94. That's an 11% gain. Now, if this thing looks good and we get up there, you're going to want to try to stay with it because a further breakout from this would be good. It's a very large chart pattern, and I do have some measured moves up here. So if you take best case scenario, that's an 18 risk reward for a 63% gain. Even better case scenario is 100% for a 31 risk reward ratio. So it just depends how bullish you want to be in reality. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But this is a good looking larger chart pattern, which there's not a lot of them in the market right now. So we've already had one failed trade on Rune that gave us this deeper handle, but it's trying to bounce back. So let's give it some respect. Respect doesn't mean you have to buy it, but it means you watch it. And it means that if it does behave well, you may definitely consider trading it. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Have a great day. Stay very safe out there, and I will see you guys tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.